Eastern Standard Time to be exact. And I just got off work and decided I wanted to come on live for a few minutes. Just for a little quick, I guess, motivation, encouragement. I know a lot of people are up, getting their day started, preparing for the upcoming festivities. And some of us are headed home, from work, just like myself. So I figure what time is better than now to come on and say, hey, it's a wonderful day because we are present. If you are listening or will come through and listen later on, it's a wonderful day because we are indeed present. We know that for some it didn't happen that way. So I know for myself, I am very thankful to God to have this opportunity to press play and talk. Okay? What's on my mind? Well, while I was at work, I was just thinking about life, life in general. That's like usually my go-to thoughts, about life. Of course, my life in particular, but, that's one thing we all have in common is life. And I think what I was thinking about mostly on tonight is getting to that space of comfort where I can truly live in that place of work smarter and not harder. Because right now I am working hard, okay? I am working hard. And I don't mind it, because I do have an able body. But I know that eventually my goal it has been to work smarter, not harder. And what I mean when I say that is, as a hairstylist, there were times that I worked ridiculous dumb hours and it was nothing, It was nothing to work 12 to 15 hours a few days out of the week. But as you get older, those things change. Your ability to have the wherewithal to maintain those type of hours, standing up doing hair and dealing with multiple personalities becomes, a little less easy. Good morning. And who's that? Ken? I can't even see who that is. But hey there. And I know back in the day, we made less money. So that hustle was real. We charging you about $25 for a shampoo and style, working those 15 hours, that was to make that bread, which was what we thought was bread back then. But then when I fast forward here 30 years later, I can make probably double that bread in less the time. So in my hair business, yes, I'm always gonna work smarter, not harder. It's almost like less is more nowadays, But this Amazon thing, yeah, I gotta get this thing in check, you know what I'm saying? Because me at 50 hours, I think I was on the clock for 55 hours this week. I ain't doing that. I pick my own schedule so I don't have to do anything. The minimum I work is 4 hours. The max can be 60 hours. This week, I decided to, pick up a lot of hours. And what I learned is my feet ain't cut out for it. My back ain't cut out for it. My brain ain't cut out for it. So in the new year, my schedule will be different come Amazon. Ain't no 50 hours, no. Smarter, not harder. So what I've come up with is a plan to get what I need in the most minimal amount of time that I can get it. And Yeah, no. Like, yeah, no. 50 hours ain't it. And I think I kind of got it. So I got the experiment this week when I set my schedule. You know, like one more weekend this, might as well say one more weekend this year. I might as well go out with a bang. But starting in 2025, oh yeah, I haven't quite figured out the number of hours I'll be working, but I know it will be less extraneous, but it's gonna be the most buck for my bag. And that's to have to preserve. You know, a lot of times we have to preserve our well-being, our body, our mind, even our spirit, because you know I work with a lot of different people, and on some days, you know, I ain't gonna lie, you can feel certain things in there. So there was a time where I wouldn't even work on a Saturday because it felt weird. And we still have those days, but I want to protect all this in every way possible. So my intake for anything has to be minimal. Anything, you know, all while I'm trying to think of my other ways that I'm gonna create streams of income, because I've never been in that place where I literally was operating with the 7 streams of income, and that's a goal for me. You know, it's not a resolution, it's definitely a goal. You know, I don't know if I'll hit it in 2025 or 26, but it's a goal that I'm going to reach. And if I'm gonna be operating that many streams of income, then that means I need to have a fresh mind, which means I can't be tired from working all the dang on time. Because you best believe those multiple streams are gonna be from sources that prayerfully I can make money in my sleep, because I know we can do that, right? That's how you work smarter, not harder. You know, I don't know, wake up and fill some orders, whatever your business may be, you know. If you working like a old Hebrew slave and you're tired, your back hurting, you ain't getting enough rest, start thinking from a space of working smarter, not harder. How can you change those things to work for you? How can you change those things to minimize the stress and the strain on you? I think that after, you know, after a certain age, working hard is like whatever. Not for me anyway. I'm over 50 now. I'm over 50 and I ain't quite accepting AARP, even though we can get it at any age now. I ain't there yet. I ain't trying to have no senior citizens card, but yeah, it's time for me to just be a working housewife, you know? I gotta. But yeah, when I say a working housewife, is I don't want to pay bills, but I want to make my money. Is that realistic? Yeah, for me it is. But yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. Like, do any of you guys think about, like, when you're planning your future, do you plan it based on things you want to do in the short distance, or plans? Like right now, I'm thinking more of planning the rest of my life. Yeah. You know, preparing for if and when I retire from here. Well, ain't no if, when, which is not tomorrow, but when I retire from here. Planning for how I'll maintain after retirement, because a lot of times people retire and end up without any kind of, you know, especially if you're self-employed, you don't really have those type of benefits unless you've paid into it throughout your time working, and you know, I haven't. What am I gonna do? You know, I don't want to spend, if I do hair for the next 6 years, I don't want to start thinking about that on the year I decide I'm done doing hair. No, I need to have a plan in effect, and it has to make sense. And you know, if I'm planning for the rest of my life, I need to enjoy what I'm doing. You know, I don't want to be 65 and miserable because I have to do something to bring in some kind of income. I want to be enjoying it. So I'm exploring, you know, exploring a few things, and you know, see what else I can come up with in life. life. You're never, I don't think we're ever too old to exercise gifts that maybe we didn't know we had, or even try some things that we wanted to try at some given moment but never had tried before. So yeah, I'm going back to those thoughts, those things that I used to dream about, see if it's something that maybe I'm overlooking that I need to implement in life for my rest of my life plan. I think that's a good way to plan for the future, is to plan according to how you want the rest of your life to be. And like I say, especially when you're halfway to 100. But don't wait to the end, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say I'm late, better late than never, but I wish my mind was here when I was 23, 24, 30, so anybody listening that you are in that age group, millennial and under, start planning like that now, so that your work smarter, not harder, and all that good stuff might come at the age of 38, But regardless of the fact, it's all about preparation, and you can't prepare for what you don't know. So that's why I say I would never say I'm late. I'm coming into understanding and knowledge and wisdom. So now I'm preparing. Do I wish I was prepared earlier? Yeah, but we got to grow up and go through life. Ooh, I wish I would have got this at 25. Do y'all know I would be set right now? Shoot, I was making bread back then. When I was 25 years old, I was making moolah. And what to do with it. It's like now I know, like, man. Ooh. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Just planning for the rest of life, and working smarter, not harder. Being able to enjoy the grandchildren and traveling if I feel like it, when I feel like it. Like, not just work, but play too, Shoot, I'm trying to live my best life. I don't want to be, oh, I'm 50, I done been there, done that. Oh, I'm 60, it's over. Heck no, I want to start living again. And not saying I'm not living now. When I say living again, it's like another phase, you know what I'm saying? Walking to another phase of life. Now I'm about to live in this space. A space I ain't never been before, Once I hit 60, I ain't never been 60 before. So I'm going to start living my life like it's all brand new. I'm going to have fun. I want to be 70 laying on the beach talking about turn up. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know about turn up, but I do want to be that traveling person that, I've paid my dues. I've done what I need to do. I'm good with God, and I can do the things that I enjoy. Yeah, that's the idea. I think that's the idea for any of us, to have a nice, peaceful rest of our life. We don't know the day nor hour, but I'm gonna say plan like you got 80 years left. That way you won't run out. I think that, I don't know, I'm kind of big on tapping into, because I don't think we just possess the gift that we readily know that we have. So I'm kind of getting big on tapping into those unknown gifts, things you didn't know were inside of you, things you didn't know you were capable of, things that you may have thought about but kind of feared it. I might be good at this, but I don't know. I need to tap into those things, because shoot, that might be $1 million right there. Those untapped talents and gifts and talents that we have. So yeah, let's go there. Start thinking about what else can I do. I've done all of this. What else can I do? Not just lay down and say, oh, well, been there, done that. Now I'm just whatever until, what else can I do? How else can I be of service? What else do I need to do that's going to help somebody else in the long run? Am I showing enough love so that I am in a place to receive the fact that maybe I do hold something that someone else needs, and I need to be implemented in life right now so that it serves its purpose while I have the time. I think that we are lacking so much love right now in this world, and I don't mean that old fluffy, frilly love. I mean the love like God loves us. I feel like we should love because He loves us, not only because He tells us to love, but because He loves us. I love you. Because He loves me, I love you. I feel like that's the key to battling against a lot of the darkness that is definitely, has always been here, but is definitely rising. It's on the rise right now. And I know I've heard it gets worse before it gets better. So what do we do in the meantime, between time? Do we acknowledge the darkness, or do we magnify the light? Do we implement more love? Do we do the opposite of what's dark? Because a lot of times the things that are in the darkness will try to mimic the light. So we don't want to, mimic that dark thing because it looks so close, but there's that one thing that separates it. So what do I need to do to magnify my light a little brighter so that I'm not confused with what's trying to be like the children of God, what's trying to come off as good when it's really bad, what's trying to come off as something that's positive and great for your children when it's really here to kill, steal, and destroy. That's what I would like to focus on. Just more love and being a willing vessel to talk to people, maybe sometimes when I don't feel like it. Being obedient to that gut feeling. We like to say, I had a gut feeling I should have did this. Being obedient to that thing is telling you to go over there and speak to that person. Because I tell you what, if you ever been out, and this is before I get off here, if you've ever been out and about and maybe you had that feeling that you're supposed to say something to somebody, but you allow your flesh to beat you out and you don't do it, Not only do you know if whatever words that God was going to give you to speak to that person was going to save their life, you won't know if maybe God was sending you to them for them to give you a word that He wanted you to have, I don't think we ever look at those things like that, in that perspective. Yeah, He may send you to say something to them, but to get them, to get a message to you. We never know when we may be entertaining angels. We don't operate in enough kindness even to people who are maybe seemingly down and out or in the streets and things like that. How many times have you seen people? I stopped like a long time ago thinking like, someone in the street asking for something, it's, man, you walking, you could be doing, I stopped thinking like that, because you don't know. It could be very well a test. It could be a test. I remember there was a man outside of a Dollar General when I was still living in Charleston, and his spiel was he needed $19.99 for a fan belt, and his car had broke down with his children in it, and the whole yada yada. I've seen the man multiple times, and he I went in the store and I came back out and he asked, and I was like, I don't have any cash. Mind you, I just put my purse full of cash in my trunk. I don't have any cash. I'm gone. I take off in the car, and the Holy Spirit stopped me in my tracks. Yes, you do. And I'm sitting here like, no, I don't. You do have some cash. So I made a U-turn because it was such a strong conviction for me to go back and give that man $20. So that's what I did. I turned around and I went back. I said, here you go, God bless you. It's none of my business what he was going to do with it, if he was going to get a fan belt, a window fan, a piece of something he had no business getting. It didn't matter. I had that conviction to go back and help that person because I said I couldn't when I really could. It says we're supposed to help when we can. So right after that, I gave him the money and I left. I'm headed home and my online booking starts going off immediately. I was set to make like $230. Now, would those appointments have came through still? 50-50 chance. We'll never know. Regardless of the fact, I gave away $20 and here comes $230 back instantly. And at that time, I was like post crazy on Facebook, so I'm posting my little testimony. This happened. Man, everybody in the chat like, oh, I can't believe you gave that man money. He always out there asking for this. He always here. I wouldn't have gave him nothing. I was like, if you had the experience that I had, yes, you would, because soon as I blessed that man, it came back to me 10 times greater and some. So think about it like that, that's the moral of the story. Sometimes we turn away an opportunity to be a blessing because we put a judgment on the situation or on the person whose story we don't know, when all the while it was really to open up a door for a blessing to come to you. Sometimes we have to be a blessing to get a blessing. Just keep that in mind as we head on through these holidays, these next few weeks of the holidays. And, if someone is in need and maybe asking for a buck or something, think about what blessing may be attached to those $2, that $3. Whatever is placed on your heart, be of help to somebody. Everybody needs somebody. So having said all that, I appreciate anyone who is here listening to me talk about planning the rest of my life and working smarter and not harder and making sure that we are in a loving and giving spirit during the holiday season and beyond. It doesn't just happen just because it's the holidays, but yeah, I hope everyone has an amazing morning, rest of your morning. I'm about to go in here and get ready to get some sleep because I have been at work since 11 p.m. and I'm ready. I'm a little bit hungry, but I think I'm going to sleep first. But I appreciate you guys once again. And until next time, I pray you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I'm out. Bye.